puck is worked free and turned over by Dallas, and on goal shot. Score! Brad Richardson! Richardson started that sequence with a great forecheck. Eventually, Dallas turned it over. Brad Richardson wound up with a puck behind the defense about 15 feet in front, and he beat Lettinen up high.
Nick Nixon, the great Nick Nixon, the call of the Los Angeles Kings radio network. It's just that easy.
Batting next for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Brad Richardson steps on the ice, pucks wind up in the back of the net, or something like that. Brad Richardson, the newest member of the Vancouver Canucks, gets himself a 2-year deal. Guest of the show, calling in on the 5-hour energy drink hotline at Work or Play. 5-hour energy drink, 2-ounce shot, no sugar, 5 hours of energy available at Overweighty, Refuel Gas Bar, 7-Eleven, and Co-op gas stations in the newest Canuck. Joining us here on Team 1040 this afternoon, welcome to town by phone, Brad. Thanks for doing this.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're good. How are you doing?
Good.
An exciting day for you?
Yeah, it's been great. I'm really happy, and I met with Vancouver the other day, and it seemed like a great fit. So I'm super excited to be part of the organization. You
took advantage of the 2-day sort of window to explore your options, did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, so we talked to some people, but everyone felt it was the best decision to go with Vancouver. So I'm really, really comfortable with that, and that's what I want. I want to be on a winning team, so it feels great to be a Canuck.
Obviously, you've seen enough of the Canucks up and down the West Coast the last couple of years, and I imagine fairly familiar with the organization. What was it about the Canucks that put them over the top?
To be honest, they showed a lot of interest. They were just bringing me in there and sitting down with them. I felt really comfortable. They have high hopes for me, and I felt like there was where they want to put me in the lineup is where I wanted to be. So, and also with I want to be on a winner and a good team. So, I feel like Vancouver has that chance, and they've had that chance, for the last 5-6 years. They've been one of those top tier teams. It's always there. So, but you're looking at their lineup, they can do some scary things. They get two of the best players in the world. So it's gonna be special.
And Brad, what are those high hopes you talked about, and what are their expectations for where they're going to use you?
Well, they want to play me at center, which is one of the things I love hearing, because that's where I want to play, and that's my natural position. So, we talked about the third line center position. So that's my goal, and that's where I want to play.
Can you take faceoffs right-handed?
I don't think so, but I'll work on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a skill to acquire. Any thoughts about what offense you could produce in a third-line center role with, the type of wingers you can look at the roster and guess who might be Higgins, Hansen, Booth type of player? I mean, those are guys with some decent speed and offensive potential. Any thoughts about if you were to play 82 games with those guys, where you might end up?
You know what? It's really tough to project anything. You want to wait and just do it and not talk about it. But I know I have a lot more offense to give. And in LA, it was tough at times. I'd get on, maybe on the first line for 2 games and then be back on the fourth line. Or it was tough at times. So it's really tough to get a consistent offensive game going. But when I hadn't been given that opportunity, I felt like I've done that in the past, and I know I can. Haven't even touched the surface of what my offensive game can be. But in that third line role, it's also you're going to be a checking guy and a guy that's
right.
Good defensively too. So it's in that role, it's all about the offense all the time. I got some pretty skilled guys in the top 6 that are going to do a lot of that too. So.
How about stepping into the radiation of a market which is so media intense as this one? Are you looking forward to that experience?
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big change. LA's not the old hockey media hotbed. I mean, so it's going to be a big change, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's. I think every Canadian kid wants to play in a Canadian market at some point in their career. So I'm really excited. It's Vancouver, but it'll be a big change, but I'm looking forward to it.
Newest member of the Canucks joining us here this afternoon on the Team 1040, Brad Richardson. Just tell me a little bit about this past season for you. It was a strange year for everybody involved in the game of the lockout, but 16 games. Did you get hurt early on?
You know what? It was a very weird season for me. No, I was actually fine. It just they weren't going to play me for some reason. So, to be honest, I don't really know what happened, and they didn't have a lot of reasoning, but it was, you sometimes that's the way it goes. But at the end of the season, I got in there and played well, got into the playoffs, and obviously the playoffs are big, so I'm playing some good minutes. So it was a tough year. It was frustrating, but I usually come out stronger from situations like that.
And just, the Canucks are always looking for intangibles, and obviously you were part of the team that got to hoist the Stanley Cup a year ago. What was that experience like for you?
That was the best time of my life, to be honest, and that's what we talked about that in the meeting, and the experience we can draw on from that, and that's something I want to do again very quickly here. So that was part of the reason again I chose Vancouver, because I feel like they have a chance to do that. So that's what you want.
You realize, of course, you'll be an immortal in this town if you ever did win a Stanley Cup. I mean, it's not like, you would live forever in this town if that happens, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not many people understand that. I mean, guys are making a living off going to the final in '94.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would be pretty cool, I think. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I know that they're hockey crazy there. So I can't wait to experience that that atmosphere as a home player instead of coming into that rink and getting into the visiting team.
Hey, Brad, I'm always curious. The hockey community is relatively small. When guys move teams and switch organizations, any familiarity, any ties to the Vancouver Canucks? You know anybody in that room already?
Do you know what? I actually don't know anyone on a personal level, but when you play against guys and you've played against Vancouver, I played against Vancouver long enough where you kind of develop some nice relationships. But I'm sure that I've heard from a lot of guys that I've talked to, and they said it's a great room. All the guys are really welcoming, and everyone that's played there in the past has always felt very welcome and really quick and felt at home. So I'm looking forward to meeting everyone, and and everyone's been great. Even when I went to the meeting met with Mike and the guys, I felt comfortable right from the start, and I felt great about everything.
Brad, I was just wondering whether you had any first-hand dealings with Torts, and if not, what your intelligence sources are telling you about him.
I haven't talked to him, no, but I'm obviously aware of him, and he kind of. I've been, people I've talked to that played for me say he's a very demanding coach. He expects a lot, but he's very fair. If you're playing well, he's gonna play, and he's not shy to tell you when you're not playing. But he's very fair. He demands a lot, but he's a great coach. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I think he's kind of a lot like maybe Daryl Sutter. We have in LA a little bit. Is that he demands a lot, but he really cares about his players, and he's gonna push you.
Well, 5 years in the Kings organization, and now you make the switch, and wouldn't you know it, you're in your division now with the way realignment goes. So you're going to see a fair bit of your old team throughout the season.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. It's always a lot of fun doing that.
Well, hey, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you when you're out here, newest member of the Vancouver Canucks. Enjoy the rest of the summer. I'm sure this is a relief. Get this out of the way. Now you can enjoy the rest of the summer.
No, exactly. Yeah, now it's time to get to work and have some fun, but get to work, and I'm really excited to get in there. So,
all right. Thanks so much for doing this, Brad.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. Brad Richardson's 2-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks in terms of the numbers. $0.15, so a 2-year deal at 2.3 total. So fairly cap friendly for a guy that at times, you asked him about offense, and he talked about a strange season there last year, but first full season in the NHL, he had 14 goals in Colorado. I mean, a different situation, but 11 goals not that long ago with the LA Kings. So
yeah, if he could chip in 11, 12 goals in that area and provide what he brings, he doesn't fit all the pieces they needed, but I guess at that price level, you're not going to get all the pieces that they needed. So he definitely fills a number of the categories they need. Someone to go around, can make some hits, and play a more rigorous game, and really step in at any number of wing spots, as well as sort of be penciled in as a start of that third line center. Or maybe he falls to fourth if Gauntz or Horvat can really come on and show a little something. He's pretty much looks like he's happy to fit into both, probably the third line to start, and then take it as it comes with the young guys. And so in that way, he fits out. It'd be so much better if he was right-handed, but it just wasn't to be.
Couple of things. Mike Gillis is going to join us in 20 minutes. So the general manager of the Canucks will be here on the program at 3:45. Travis Lulay is next. So a busy guest-filled hour here. And what goes around comes around. Brad Richardson comes in on a 2-year deal to play center ice for the Canucks. Max Lapierre is out the door. He is a St. Louis Blue, Tony.
Les Blues de Saint-Louis.
2-year deal to play hitch hockey in St. Louis. Update straight ahead. We'll come back. Travis Lulay of the BC Lions is next, and then Mike Gillis in 20 minutes' time on this freestyle frenzy, free agent frenzy, Friday afternoon here on the Team 1040.